Hello, my name is Teresita Blanco de Artsy Sister, and today I wanted to show you this cool manga, that graphic novel by Clamp. They're the ones that have made like Shabbos and also Code Geass and a bunch of other stuff. And X, yeah, like S and Tokyo Babylon and Triple S Holic, and they're very prolific. They're a very prolific manga team. Like it's like four maidens like drawing and like painting the manga. So since it is like a Japanese manga translated to English, it's like as you can see over here, you read it from right to left. So once you get past that core, you can like really enjoy it. And since they are magical knights instead of magical girls or magical little fairy princesses or whatever, this is eventually gonna be the final form of the main character, but we're not there yet because this is just the start of the journey, because this is volume 1 or book 1. So then basically it's a typical, well not typical, it's a isekai story, you know, like somebody from like the regular planet Earth gets summoned into a different magical world. So then this is the maiden that's summoning the magical knights from another world because they're in a dangerous situation. And the way that they explain the magic is the willpower given form is the thing that creates magic there. So then the only way that these maidens are gonna be maidens are like 14-year-old and 15-year-old maidens are gonna be able to return to the world is that they fulfill the wish of the summoner that called them to their world. So then here they are, first into the characters, just them going by and doing their own thing. And once the battle eventually begins, it becomes obvious why they were summoned to another world, because each of the three maidens, they have a background in some type of fighting. Like this one does with the rapier, you know, like the pokey sword. This one fights with candle, and this one does archery. So together, when combined together, they're a balanced party. So then here we are, legendary, the maiden summoning them to their world. That's the thing I like about Clamp. Like, they know how to draw they know how to draw women really, really well. They always look very pretty. And then they're very good with like the special effects. Like a few years ago, I tried to watch the Magical Knight Rayearth version, like the anime show that they did, and like when I compared the first episode to like the manga, the TV show butchered the manga, and that's usually what happens a lot with TV adaptations or graphic novels. They don't understand, they just do it because it's popular, and then they do a terrible job at it, and then it never gets a sequel. And the same way that Battle Angel Alita was butchered, they also butcher Magical Knight Rayearth. The long and short of it is I think that it needs to be readapted again with like modern standards. Just stick to the copy. The copy is good, just stick to the copy. Just follow the manga verbatim and you'll be fine. And then see, they arrive and then they get picked up by a giant flying fish. You know, just already full steam ahead in a wild magical adventure. And then like the main boss knight, he's like, oh, so this is the idiot that this chick summoned. And he'd be like, oh, but they just saw a bunch of brats, and it would be a wonder if they would manage to succeed. And since it's the first volume, we still don't know why he stole this maiden that was the pillar of the world, and her prayers were keeping her world in harmony and everything peaceful. But as soon as he took her away and hid her from the world, then like monsters started spouting up, and everything fell into chaos. So then it's already being started then establishing that it's a dangerous area. So eventually they get their tutorial of the world from this guy that tries to explain magic and gives them like their equipment and stuff. But then a la Dark Souls style, the first boss appears, and in order to rip them a new one, and then he has to stay behind to fight his apprentice. So then they keep talking about but in RPGs they wouldn't send such a powerful boss so early to like go reveal a new one. But then it'd be like, well, you don't know if you fell into the world of Dark Souls where they send the body, where they had the body of Bali right next to the Warrior Body Dancer right next to like the Ward, which is like an easier boss to tackle and at a low level. So like depending on, so yeah, if they fell into the world of Dark Souls, then obviously they're gonna throw like the strong one at them first. So yeah. It just has like a lot of fun animations in. Oh, they also made, they also made Card Captor Sakura, so if anyone knows how to do magical stuff, it's definitely Clamp. Yeah, just a very nice adventure. And it was, well, that's something else that you gotta like watch out when making like a graphic novel or a manga or whatever. Like that's something that I complain often about like Dragonlance, is that some of their stories, they suffer from too many main character syndrome. So they had like 20 guys and all of them have to say a piece of land because everyone feels like the character that they put it into their campaign is equally important. So then you ever try to have like a conversation with like 20 people inside the room, it gets very crowded very quickly. Oh yeah, so then it's cool hero pose. But only the main character was able to like they all have magic, but only the main character they were able to teach her how to use her spells, while the other ones there wasn't enough time to give them the tutorial because they had to like run away from the first boss of the game. Well, they refer to they keep talking about comparing it to like regular RPGs and like video games and whatnot. Well, they don't mention video games, they call it RPG, so I guess they're referencing the Japanese equivalent of Dungeons and Dragons. And they say that they wouldn't send such a powerful boss already, but I guess with Magical Knight Rayearth, the clan was trying to subvert the original expectations of like traditional RPG based campaigns or video games where they throw you a boss very early and most of the time you're just struggling to survive, because that's this joke about magic, about doing a proper magic realism. Is that it's a magical world, but like the final boss is not an idiot yet. You know, he's like actively, legitimately trying to murder you, but of course he can't get too far away from like the princesses that he's captured. So then over here she tells them that they gotta like go get a special item in order to make like the weapons, and that eventually becomes like their main quest, and then they find something that's a little bit more manageable. But yeah, and they get it, but they don't get sent out completely designed. They still get like low level weapons to go battle, and then it's cool how they get like the panels where they get like the little swords out of their crystal hand thingies, out of their item storage unit. I guess it would be the same thing if in like a Dark Souls setting that you have a ridiculous amount of like items, but and you can switch out your weapons at will, but then all that is missing is the animation where you like swap out the weapons, you know. And yeah, you can carry a lot of stuff because you have like a magic or something or other to store all your items. Oh yeah, and then here's the first main official boss fight, just this weird giant cyclops that they gotta like defeat together in a team. And here she slashes right through it with her fancy sword. But yeah, it's just it has been a good, decent, interesting battles. And I'm glad I was able to share this fun Magical Knight Rayearth. So like they're still not officially Magical Knights in the first volume. They gotta go to like a spell after they get the weapons, then they gotta go awaken the Magical Knights to acquire their powers in order to like for them to get their final form and then they gotta go after the final boss. But like most things, it's the journey and not the destination. Well, hope you have fun with me showing you this fun clamp manga. Bye bye and God bless.